Yes, good afternoon, everyone. Myself Anusha. I'm graduating in Sri Sairam College of Engineering. Today I'm going to discuss about literature review and technical reading in research methodology and IPR. Yes, when we come to the literature review and technical reading, like first, what is a literature review? A literature review is a systematic examination of content, ideas, and approaches found in existing literature. It serves as a crucial tool in identify a vaguely known problem and understand its content more deeply. Moreover, it advocates for specific methods that can be utilized to explore the specific problems effectively. Then, when we come to the literature goals of a literature review, the primary goals of a literature review are as follows. Like, what are the goals? First, identify and define the research problem. A review helps pinpoint the central question or issue that needs to be addressed. Next, when come to the next point, that is exploring the existing ideas. In the sense, it explores the existing ideas, methods, and approaches. By reviewing the current literature, researchers can build and establish foundations and gain insight into different methodologies. And when we come to the third point, it highlights the gaps in knowledge. It means it ensures that the research contributes something innovative and meaningful, advancing the body of knowledge within that field. By undertaking the literature review, researchers not only understand what has already been done, also they carve for a clear path for their own investigation to make up a unique impact of like what they are going to do in the future. Next, when we come to yes, when we come to the contribution of a research means, in this, a literature review is an essential component of any research process. It ensures that the research is undertaken is both original and relevant. By thoroughly analyzing existing work, it provides a solid foundation for crafting innovative solutions to the identified problem. Moreover, it helps to align the research with existing methodologies and highlights gaps in current knowledge. This ensures that the research can not only build upon the previous work but also it contributes something unique to the valuable field in the future. Next, it's important to note that literature reviews lays the groundwork for successful research, and also the quality of a review is determined by its depth, clarity, and critical evaluation of the literature. A systematic review in a particular acts as a bridge between the existing knowledge and the new insights of the researcher aim to uncover. By undertaking the thoughtful and rigorous literature review, we pay a way for research that is impactful, credible, and capable of driving progress in the field. Next, after the contribution of research, here we come to know about that new and existing knowledge. Next, what is the new and existing knowledge and what are the roles we can see in the new and existing knowledge means. Next, when it comes to the advancing knowledge, the role of existing knowledge is vital. New knowledge does not emerge in isolation. It builds upon established foundations, ensuring a continuity and progress. Yeah, hereby we understanding the research context, we can ensure that the new findings are both significant and original. This is where the literature review plays a critical role as it bridges the gap between the past discoveries and the present findings. Next, after the interpretation of new knowledge, here becomes like the interpretation. Next, what can we learn in the interpretation of new knowledge means the way of new knowledge is interpreted often depends on the groundwork or the background and the perspective of the researcher. Interpretation is not a static. It involves as additional context and existing knowledge come into play. Importantly, the significance of new knowledge lies in its ability to address known problems within the field, pushing the boundaries of understanding and driving innovation. Next, here we comes about next, like by respecting the interplay between new and existing knowledge, we create a research landscape where ideas are connected, they are meaningful, and they are also very impactful. Next, we are coming to see about the importance. What are the importance of existing knowledge? First and foremost of the existing knowledge here comes like it identifies the missing play pieces. It identifies the like first understanding the existing knowledge helps us to identify the missing pieces, those gaps that pave the way for the establishing originality in our work. Next, whether it's a novel idea, a fresh perspective, or a new solution, originality often stems for knowing what has already it has been explored or not. Then like existing knowledge also it provides context significance and tools for new research. Textbooks serve as an individual invaluable source of knowledge for knowing the ground as in core principles. Next, on the other hand, research papers highlight the recent advancements and pinpoint areas still in the need of exploration. Next, together they form the scaffolding upon which we can build our ideas. Then when we come to know about the literature review, effective literature review, a critical element of research is the effective literature review. This process isn't just about the summarizing the previous work, but it's about the demonstrating how a new research builds an prior art findings. Next, a thorough literature review ensures that we are not reinventing the wheel but instead advancing the boundaries of what has already known. Next, moreover, leveraging prior knowledge facilitates the theoretical growth. It connects disparate ideas and also it creates a pathway for interdisciplinary research and also the openings new avenues of inquiry with a solid understanding of what's already been done. Researchers can innovate, they can challenge assumptions, and also they can propose new paradigms. Next, when we come to the existing, after this existing knowledge is more than just a starting point. It is the foundation for advancing the knowledge, like whatever we are knowing, and it also fostering the originality and the driving meaningful progresses. By honoring and building upon the work of those who came before us, we ensure that our contributions are not only significant but also they are transformative. Then when we come to know about the characteristics, then what are the characteristics of a good review? A good review stands apart because it avoids hasty conclusions. Instead of rushing to judgments, it carefully examines the assumptions and mechanisms behind the studies it references. This deliberate approach ensures that the insights derived are both reliable and also they are meaningful. Yeah, then equally importance can be given to the ability to synthesize the references. A good review doesn't merely list sources, it weaves them together to create a cohesive narrative that brings out new insights. Next, by identifying the major topics and organizing sources effectively, it provides a clear framework for understanding the method of the field. Next, come to the methodical literature survey. In the methodical literature survey, when it comes to conducting a methodical literature survey, the process becomes even more critical. It becomes so critical when we are creating a literature survey. This means the first step is to identify the key topics and also subtopics or concepts that will anchor the review. Once these are established, sources can be categorized into relevant themes, creating a logical structure for analyzing the problems. Next, a well organized survey also highlights critical findings. This ensures that the important details are easily accessible and not lost in sea of information. Next, most importantly, it emphasizes the need to analyze and synthesize the achieved work using this foundation to draw the solid conclusions. Next, in the essence, a good review and a methodical survey complement each other. Together, they provide a roadmap for navigating the vast landscape of knowledge, ensuring that your research is grounded, insightful, and also it is more impactful. Then, when we come to see about the outcome of a literature review, what is the outcome of literature review? As its core, a well executed literature review provides a firm foundation for innovative research by grounding the new ideas in the context of existing knowledge. It ensures that our contributions are both original and meaningful. After all, new knowledge is valuable when it comes to builds upon a challenges or what has already been established. An effective literature review also it guarantees methodical rigor. By synthesizing findings and highlighting research gaps, it also allows us to pinpoint areas where meaningful contribution can be made. This ensures that our research is both focused and also it is more impactful. Yeah, a strong foundation for prior work facilitates theoretical growth, opening doors to new avenues of inquiry and inspiring interdisciplinary explorations. Through organized and methodical reviews, researchers not only deepen their understanding but also they can demonstrate a clear grasp of the field, like which field they are doing the work. Like next, uh, they also ultimately comprehensive the survey strengthens the originality and also the significance of new work by weaving together insights from the past research. It lays the groundwork for impactful contributions. Next, the outcome of a thorough literature review is more than just knowledge. It's a clarity and direction and the confidence to advance the boundaries of what we know in the research field. Next, when we come to see about the analysis and synthesis, like our next topic is analysis and synthesis of the prior read. prior art. Like, so what exactly is analysis and synthesis of prior art means? It means it involves the collecting and reviewing a range of sources such as articles or patents and other relevant works related to the research field. Next, what is the goal? Like, the goal is to break down each source to identify useful content. Like, the our goal is to like break down the sources to identify which is the meaningful content it is useful for our research, like that. Like, which is then synthesizer to draw the group level conclusions that provide a deeper insights to the field. Next, when we come to the steps, what are the steps in analysis? The process begins with the understanding the hypothesis of each study. First, we need to understand the hypothesis of each studies. This allows us to evaluate the models and experimental conditions using a critical examination of the work's validity. Next, we look for the connections between the studies, comparing the and contrasting the information. We can highlight common trends and identify the areas where the findings diverge. This is not only helps to highlight the strong points, but also it relieves the loopholes or gaps that future research can address. Next, once an analysis is complete, we have to move to the synthesis of this work. This involves the weaving together the insights gained to create a cohesive picture of the field. It allows us to draw the group level conclusions that are more meaningful than any single study could provide on its own. Next, the analysis and synthesis of prior art is about a more than just reviewing the sources. It's about the breaking down, connecting and the integrating the knowledge to pave the way for the innovation and the progress. Next, when we come to the literature survey grid, here this diagram shows how the literature survey grid is like explained in this. Like, when we come to the literature survey grid, when conducting a literature survey, utilizing a grid can be effective strategy to organize and categorize the informations. Then by structuring the topics along like one axis and then sources along the other, the grid allows for a clear and systematic analysis for the material. This method helps to crystallize the information into relevant categories, ensuring clarity and focus. It allows researchers to identify the patterns and also the gaps and the connections within the literature for more effectively streamlining the process of synthesizing and interpreting the data. In the essence, the literature survey grid serves as a powerful tool to bring a structure and a precision to your research, making it easier to draw the meaningful insights from existing body of the knowledge. Then when we come to the critical evaluation of sources. Next, when reviewing literature, the critical evaluation of sources is essential to ensure the reliability and validity of your research. Next, first consider the authority. Authority in the sense, authority examines the author's credentials and the credibility of the publication source. Next, come to the evaluate the accuracy. To evaluate the accuracy, look for the credible references and well-supported citations for the evaluation of sources. Next, finally, we come to the assess scope. It ensures the material is appropriate for the level and focus of your research. Next, after that, we have to come for the outcomes. What are the outcomes of analysis and synthesis? The process of analyzing and synthesizing the information requires a critical mindset. Question claims made in the reviewed sources. Avoid blindly accepting the information without evidence. Next, apply the same level of scrutiny to find newer things to sources to review. Next, this approach helps to uncover unsolved issues and also the research gaps, highlighting the areas where more work is needed. By identifying flaws in existing models or experimental designs, you can lay the groundwork for proposing the novels, ideas, and also offering the actionable recommendations. Like, a rigorous critical evaluation can be paired with a thoughtful analysis to ensure that our research is robust, innovative, and also it is more impactful. Next, when we come to the relay. Next, when we come to the relay on high quality sources, in research, relying on high quality sources is crucial to ensure credibility and reliability. Begin by using referred articles and scholar journals. Next, refer to which provide a peer-reviewed and authoritative content. Additionally, granted patents are valuable resources that offer credible, vetted information. Next, as you engage with the prior art, take the time to analyze and synthesize it thoroughly. This is not only helps to guide the direction of your research, but it also ensures that is grounded in solid, well-established knowledge. Next, adopt a critical mindset when evaluating the resources. Question their validity, assess their relevance, and ensure they meet the highest standards. By doing so, you build a strong foundation for innovative contributions that advance the field and addresses the significant challenges. Yeah, next, thank you all for taking the time to listen and engage with this presentation. Next, I would be happy to answer any questions or hear your feedback. Thank you.